Hi there, I'm the book lady. Oh, I'm really glad you came by today because I have 2 books. That's what I do. I read 2 books to you and we talk about them a little bit. My books are very different. They're not the same. Okay, The Invisible String. Yes, by Patrice Karst. This is a lovely book. I like it a lot, and I think you're going to also enjoy it. And then there's a dinosaur on the 13th floor. And it's by Wade Bradford. He is also a playwright. That means he writes the scripts for plays. Yeah, and that is a funny one. You're going to really like that one. But we're going to start with The Invisible String. And you know what I did? I brought string, but you can see that this is not invisible. So what is an invisible string? And you have one. Let's find out about that. Okay. Liza and Jeremy, the twins, were asleep one calm and quiet night. Suddenly, it began to rain very hard. Thunder rumbled until it got so loud it woke them up. "Mommy, Mommy!" they cried as they ran to her. "Oh, don't worry, you two. It's just the storm making all that noise. Now go back to bed." "Well, we want to stay close to you," said Jeremy. We're scared," Mom said. "You know, we're always together, no matter what." "But how can we be together when you're out here and we're in bed?" asked Liza. Mom held something in front of them and said, "This is how." Rubbing their sleepy eyes, the twins came closer to see what Mama was holding. "I was about your age when my mommy first told me about the invisible string." "I don't see a string," said Jeremy. "You don't need to see the invisible string. People who love each other are always connected by a very special string made of love." "But if you can't see it, how do you know it's there?" asked Liza. "Well, even though you can't see it with your eyes, you can feel it with your heart and know that you are always connected to everyone you love. When you're at school and you miss me, your love travels all the way along the string until I feel it tug on my heart. And when you tug it right back, we feel it in our hearts," said Jeremy. "Does Jasper the cat have an invisible string?" Liza asked. "Oh, well, sure she does," said Mom. And best friends like me and Lucy?" asked Liza. "Best friends, too." "How far can the string reach?" "Anywhere and everywhere." "Would it reach even me if I'm a submarine captain deep in the ocean?" Yes, even there. Or a mountain climber? Even there. A ballerina in France? Oh, oui, oui, even there. A jungle explorer? Yep, even there. How about an astronaut out in space? Oh, yes, even there. Then Jeremy quietly asked, "Can my string reach all the way to Uncle Brian in heaven?" Yes, even there. Does the string go away when you're mad at us? Oh, never. Love is stronger than anger, and as long as love is in your heart, the string will always be there. Even when you get older and can't agree about things like what movie to see or who gets to ride in the front seat, or what time to go to bed. Hey, that's right. You two should be in bed. And with that, they all laughed as Mom chased the twins back to their beds. Now, within a few minutes, they were asleep, even though the storm was still making the same loud noises outside. As they slept, they started dreaming of all the invisible strings they have and all the strings their friends have and their friends have and their friends have, until everyone in the world was connected by invisible strings. And from deep inside, they now could clearly see no one is ever alone. Don't you love that story about the invisible strings? Yeah, you know, sometimes I miss my children. They all live far away, but my invisible strings tell me they're okay. Yeah, I just feel like I know what they're doing, and they connect with me. So if you are at school or you're home with a babysitter because maybe Mom and Dad are at work, or maybe you're at your child care center, you've got those invisible strings connecting you to Mommy, Daddy, your grandmother, your grandfather. And if you have lost someone you love very much, it connects you with them, the invisible strings. They're pretty powerful. Think about your invisible strings. But now, we're going to read a crazy book. Let's put this back up here. There we go. There's a Dinosaur on the 13th Floor by Wade Bradford. And you know how I love those cover pages? I think this is a nice one. See, that's the town, that's the city. And this looks to be where they play music and have concerts. And I think that's probably an apartment building. Yeah. All right, let's see what happens here. Well, and then when we turn the page, you can see this is the Share More Hotel. See that? And if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is the top floor. And it has the biggest windows. Wonder why? Let's see if we can find out. "Welcome to the Sharemore Hotel," said the bellhop. A bellhop is a person who works at a hotel, and they'll carry your suitcase or any of your luggage up to your room, and they will help you while you stay at the hotel. The bellhop. "You must be Mr. Snore. Let me show you your room." "Oh, the sooner the better. Oh, I'm very sleepy." "Well, here you are," said the bellhop. "Room 104. Sweet dreams, Mr. Snore." Mr. Snore thanked the bellhop, got ready for bed, crawled under the covers, and switched off the light. But as he was about to lay his head upon the pillow, he heard a squeaking sound. "Hello? Front desk. This is Mr. Snore in room 104. Somebody is sleeping on my pillow." "Oh, yes, that would be the mouse," said the bellhop. "I believe he has had a very long day." "Well, so have I, and I do not wish to share a room with a mouse." I can't say I blame him. So the bellhop led Mr. Snore to a room on the second floor. "Sleep tight, Mr. Snore." Well, Mr. Snore crawled into bed and switched off the light, but just as he was falling asleep, he felt a rush of cold air. Mr. Snore called the front desk again. "Someone is hogging all the covers." "Oh, that would be the pig," said the bellhop. "Shall I bring you another blanket?" "No! I want another room." So the bellhop took Mr. Snore to the third floor, where there were no pigs or mice to be found. Mr. Snore kicked off his slippers, crawled into bed, and was just about to close his eyes when drip, drip, drip. "Oh, sorry about the leaky ceiling," said the bellhop, as Mr. Snore marched past the ocean view on the fourth floor. "This time, I will find my own room." He found one on the fifth floor. Yeah, I don't think you will like this room," whispered the bellhop. "Unless, of course, you're fond of..." "Spiders!" cried Mr. Snore. Quick, come on, to the elevator." "How do you feel about bees?" "The same way I feel about spiders," said Mr. Snore. "Please skip the sixth floor." Well, the seventh floor was too hot, and the eighth floor was too cold. The ninth floor was just... "Giraffes!" cried Mr. Snore. The bellhop smiled. Would you care to guess what's on the 10th floor? On the 10th floor, they found Hamsters? Where are the rest of the giraffes? Asked Mr. Snore. Oh, on the 11th floor, said the bellhop. Well, then I will stay on the 12th, said Mr. Snore. So, they went to the 12th floor. Hey, it's empty. Yeah, no one ever stays here, explained the bellhop. Perfect, said Mr. Snore, and he lay down and shut his eyes. It does tend to get a bit noisy, the bellhop warned, but Mr. Snore was already fast asleep. Stomp, 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 gurgle, 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 swoosh, swoosh. Mr. Snore rang the front desk. I cannot sleep with all this noise. I'm going to find a room on the 13th floor. Oh dear, no, said the bellhop. On the 13th floor, there is a click. Mr. Snore did not wait to hear the bellhop's warning. He went up to the 13th floor. There were no mice, no pigs, no penguins, no snakes, no spiders, no dolphins, no bees, and no giraffes. Not even a hint of a hamster. Nothing but a giant room with a giant bed and a giant pillow. Wow. And some giant slippers. Oh, I do hope Mr. Snore will be all right, said the bellhop. Ring! Went the phone at the front desk at the Shermore Hotel. Hello? Yes, this is the Dinosaur on the 13th floor. Somebody is sleeping on my pillow. Yes, well, that would be Mr. Snore. He's had a very long day. And then this is the last page. The dinosaur just hung up the phone, came down to the lobby. The lobby is where you check in at a hotel. It's a big area. Often it has televisions. It might even have a little restaurant where you can get something to eat. And he found a sofa in the lobby, and look at that dinosaur. Isn't that funny? I love his little hands and that he has bunny slippers on. It cracks me up. Isn't that funny? And look at the lobby. Do you see the snakes? You see this is a crazy hotel. And I think Mr. Snore discovered that. But the page before this, wait a minute. Look at all these, look at all the critters. But look at this. That is, look how little Mr. Snore looks. And he's on the 13th floor. I thought this was a funny book. Now let's see if I can find, oh, yes. I mean, that's a big pillow, right? Like there. So this is just a silly book, but it's fun. It's fun to read. and I wanted to bring this to you. I just thought you would love this. All the different rooms. What did he find in his first room? Can you remember? It's a little mouse. And I just thought that was a cute picture too. And if you think about it, that little mouse thinks that's a giant pillow, just like Mr. Snore did on the 13th floor. Looked just like that on a giant pillow. Yeah. And he kept calling down, "Ooh, there's a mouse in my room." What did he find on the second floor? Remember? He felt kind of cold. All of a sudden he was chilly. Now why was he chilly? Because there was a pig who hogged all the covers. I think that is hilarious. It's just all kind of funny. And then the shots with the, well, I shouldn't say the shots, but the pictures when he's talking to the bellhop, there's always some kind, look, there's a mouse in the fruit bowl, there's a bird on the telephone. The whole book is a little bit bizarre, silly. It's our imagination. It's fun. It's fun. And just all the different floors. I think this one, look at those giraffes. Isn't that funny? There are holes in the ceiling so the giraffes can get their head through. It's funny. Well, I hope you enjoyed this book as much as I did. There's a dinosaur on the 13th floor. But then we had The Invisible String. Just a sweet book. And really, The Invisible String, if you think about it, is love. It's love. And it connects me, my string connects me to, let's see, I have 4 daughters. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 grandchildren. 1, 2, 3, 4. And my daughters have strings. So that one connects to that, to that, to that, to that. They're all connected. And it goes on and on. Think about it. I have a string to my sisters, to my mother. Yeah. So all these strings. Yeah. And I liked, in that book, I think one of the most important lines in this book, I'm going to show it to you, is, does the string go away when you're mad at us? Never. Love is stronger than anger. That's a very important line, because your mommy, your daddy, your teacher, your brother, your sister, they can get mad at you. And that's okay. We all do that. But love is stronger than anger. So you got your anger here, but then love leaps right over that. Because you might be angry at your mother. Maybe she did something that, oh, it made you so mad. That goes away. That goes away. But the love doesn't go away. See? I just thought that was such an important part of the book. Love is stronger than anger. Now, let's talk about where I got these books. Yes, I went to the library, And boy, did I have a good time, because this time I went with my little granddaughter. Yeah, and she's just 1 year old. And she just couldn't believe her eyes, all these books. Plus, it's fun. They had fun things for everyone to do there. And I got to go look at all the books. I'd pull one out. First thing I look at is the pictures. And if I like the pictures, then I read the story. And I say, I think my friends will like this book. Yes, about Mr. Snore. All he wants to do is have a good night's sleep. So, I kept it. Then I saw this book, The Invisible String, and it had a heart. So I sat down. They have really comfortable chairs at the library. And I read it, and I said, oh, I have to do that book. The book lady has to read that book. So that's how I got those books. But guess what? I checked out 7 books. 7 books. So I am going to bring those books, and we're going to read them, and you will love them. But there's something important to know. You don't love every book. You just don't. Just like if you went to an ice cream store, they have all these different kinds of ice cream. You don't necessarily love every single flavor. There's certain books you're going to like more than other books. But a lot of the fun is figuring out what you like. Yeah. You know, I still have an invisible string to a book I read when I was 9 years old. Yeah. And that book, it just lives in my heart. I think about it a lot. I love that book. Do you want to know what it's called? It's called Charlotte's Web. It's about a spider. And ever since I read that book, if I see a spider in my house, I don't want to kill it. No, I'll take it outside. That book left a mark on me, a good mark. And I hope that you become readers, and you will find books that leave a mark on you, a good mark. And you can find those books for free, no money. All you have to have is your library card. And you go to the library and you can find wonderful, silly books like what we read today. There's a dinosaur on the 13th floor. Or beautiful books like The Invisible String. I'm going to bring back 2 more books for you, and I cannot wait to see you next time on The Book Lady. And yes, The Book Lady is on YouTube. You can just go to your iPad or whatever you have and type in The Book Lady. And you will see all the books that we have read. Until next time, I am The Book Lady. Bye-bye.